Hi there everyone, welcome to Andy's Riff Bank, and today we're going to look at AC/DC Shot in the Dark. Smashing new single list. It's given everyone a lift, I think, in 2020. It's a good way to end the year off. So that's the first lick we're going to have a look at, and you want to start by barring just on your D string and your G and your B. You want to bar there on the 7th fret. Then place your index finger in a barred position on the 5th fret over those same strings. The reason why you want to do that is you want to pick all of those strings on the 7th and then on the 5th. So essentially you're doing like so. The next move is and that's a hammer on using this finger, and you want to just hammer on to the 6th fret on your G, next action is this little chord. And that is this finger on the D string on the 7th fret, this finger on the 6th fret on the G, and then index finger on the 5th fret on the B. This will give you the full action of now there's a little pick in between there. You want to just mute. So running all the actions together, what you end up with is you want to just palm mute there. And then do the first couple of moves without this chord at the end, because then you're going to have this as a tail, which is a simple D chord and a G. So you can play it this way, making sure you've got the 3rd fret there of the high E and the B. You can put these fingers here on the lower strings if you wish. However, he's not picking them, so you can simply go if you want, but if you want a bit more power, I suppose you could play it that way. Play the full chord. Hope that makes sense. The first couple of lines of the riff as Phil Rudd is coming in and smashing on the chords there in the intro is D, G. However, once the beat comes in properly, then the tail is just a D. So when the drums come in, it's just a D chord. The verse then is A, to a D. Basically what you're doing is 2nd fret there on the D and on the G, and you want to pull off and back on again. And you're strumming a down up at the end of that little phrase. and then a D. Which I tend to upstroke on. Then the second two, you play it with a little bit more freedom and let the A chord, etc. ring out. It's the same thing, you're just letting the chords ring. So all together, the verse you have. We then move to, which is a G, that G shape again. Third fret on your A, second fret on your A, and third fret on both the high E and the B, to a D then. Then we're playing like a C shape, I guess like a C sus. And that is third fret of your A, second fret on the D, and third fret of the B. And then back to that G shape. And that takes us into the chorus. So we'll play that tail again. And that's us into the chorus. The chorus then. Pretty straightforward. So it's a D shape. Then the fourth fret of the A, second fret on the A, and then A as a chord. Then, in a similar vein to the verse, you want to do that little hammer off there on the A chord. You're just pulling before hammering back on there. Then into a D shape. So we'll play that slowly. Then the final phrase is third fret of the A, second fret of the A, then an open A before hitting your G chord. Then into that C shape, and then finish on a D. Pretty straightforward, so all together. and that's your chorus. There's not much else going on in the song. Over Angus's solo is and that's simply bar chord, power chord shape there. C, so 3rd fret there off your A, and 5th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G. And then move the whole shape up, so you're playing a G chord there. 3rd fret off your E, 5th fret off your A, 5th fret off your D. You can, I tend to play a few open strings just in between there. And that's just hitting the A and D open as you're changing. Alternatively, you could play the shapes you were playing before. You could play the C sus and G sus. Hard to tell what they're actually doing. I think it sounds a bit more blocky, but either or. That's over the first little section of the solo. It then simply plays the chorus riff. Solo. So it goes a little something like that. Should have been the last phrase there. But yep, so you want to get a slide feel on the first section. And you're doing that by using your first 2 fingers here and sliding in on your G and your B strings up to the 9th and 8th there. Try and get some vibrato on there to give it that kind of slide feel. And you're going to use this shape, keeping that same shape pretty much for this whole section. Slide back and your G and your B open then. Then this shape to the 7th and 6th, then to the 4th and 3rd. So we have and that's 4th up to 7th and 4th, and there's a little hammer on there if I play it slowly. Play that again slowly. So you're kind of 4th, hammer off, 4th, up to 7, and back to the 4 there. I hope that makes sense. Second phrase, back to your 9 and 8 position. Then up to 16 and 15. So again. And by the way, I'm picking actually, just pick your open strings just in between your chains there. So, and that's the slidey section. So all together you should have so next section. So it's a bend here on the 8th fret of your B. And a very simple hammer on there on the 7th and 5th on your G. And then onto the 7th on your D. Pretty easy, that little lick. Hard to play this. I wouldn't play an Angus Young solo exactly, by the way. I tend to, or any solo, really playing it note for note is not my thing. I prefer to put energy into it. I think Angus is one of those players. Obviously we haven't seen him play Shot in the Dark live, but even if you watch the official video, he's not playing the solo that's on the record, which suggests to me that he likes to wing it. So if you know your way around your scales, and especially kind of bluesy scales, you're probably not going to play the same lead twice. You'll keep certain licks in, but that will be more my style. Keep some main phrases in and ad-lib your way around it. So I mightn't be exactly like the record here. Anyway, those are the first two sections. So next bit, I bar there on the 17th fret, bar both the G and the B, and then hammer to the 19th on the G, and then you're picking the 17th on the B. One more time. So hope that little phrase makes sense. And then the final one, you're to the D string, and you're going to go 14, 16 on the D, then 14 on the G. So and then a lovely little run here to finish it off, which will take you to the A string first, and you want to go 15, 16 on the A, then 14, 16 on the D, and then finally finishing on 14 on the G. So all together you'll have and you'll notice there, picking wise, you're not picking every note. You're not going. You're hammering on. Then you want to get some nice vibrato on that last note there. Really nice phrase to finish the solo off with, and that's it. There's a couple of squeals here and there after the solo. Just ad-lib them, couple of bends, not easy or not hard to figure out. Yeah, you want to try and put your own spin on it. So hope you've enjoyed the lesson. That's Shot in the Dark by AC/DC. Please like, please subscribe. Send me comments, feel free to. And remember to switch on your notifications. Click the bell if you want to get updates when I'm uploading more content. Alright, good luck.